Good morning and welcome again to another Making Mondays Matter. It is a beautiful Monday morning where I'm at. And I trust that your weekend has been one of rest, that you are ready now to face this new week, that last week was a productive one. This morning, the subject that I want to focus on is asking for help. Asking for help. Many of you who are familiar with me and know me know that I am a professional business coach. I am also a pastor. And oftentimes I get persons who would come to me for guidance, for counsel, sometimes just to talk. And increasingly, I'm finding that I am encountering more and more persons who are at their wits' end in dealing with the challenges of life. Yes, we know that in recent years with the pandemic and everything else surrounding it, life has been increasingly more uncertain, more challenging. And so I want to encourage us this morning that when you find yourself in a difficult situation, when you find yourself in a challenging situation, please don't be afraid to ask for help. What I have been encountering is many persons coming for help or assistance long after the horse is out of the gate. And it makes the recovery even harder. And so I want to encourage you this morning, especially those of you who are building your own businesses, those of you who are self employed. Many times there's not anyone to fall back on. When things aren't working, it's just you and you alone. It's not like you are in a business place where there are a number of different persons and different resources that may be available to you at, at the touch of a button. In many cases, like I said, it's only you. And so I want to encourage us to ask for help. We live in an age which glorifies individuality and give it as a badge of honor if you were able to accomplish certain things on your own. Well, that's all well and good to a certain point. But the old adage, no man is island, and none of us are islands in and of ourselves. And we need the assistance from others. And so when you find yourself sinking in whatever that challenge may be, reach out for help. I beg you, please do this. And why I may seem so serious about it this morning is because I'm seeing persons who are falling into depression, who are having to deal with bouts of anxiety, and even in extreme cases, or I should say extreme, only two cases that I'm aware of right now in my own circle: suicide, death, where persons come to the end of themselves and think that that's the only way out. And I don't want any of us this morning in the hearing of my voice to come to this place. So ask for help. Ask for help from the appropriate persons. And that's the second thing, from the appropriate people. So for example, if you have financial issues, your business is struggling financially, talk to your bankers, talk to your financiers, and talk to them in the early. Because let's face it, the banks and the lending agencies, they are in it to make money. And they make money when you make money. When you are successful, then they too become successful. And so they have, as they say, skin in the game. And they would want you to be successful because it benefits them. But if you come to them at the last moment when all options have pretty much been taken off the table, then you don't leave much room for negotiation, much room for anything. And not just finances. I mean, I spoke heavily on that just now, but it also deals with your health. There are persons at times who recognize that things aren't going the way that they used to. Some may say, well, it's just because I'm tired or because I'm getting older. But you know within yourself that this is not right. But rather than seek medical help, you may talk to a friend. You say, oh, I just go to the beach. And this is what I'm speaking about this morning. When you recognize that things aren't going the way that they ought to, seek help. Seek help from the appropriate and the proper people, places, seek the resources that can help you get out of whatever situation that you are in. But just ignoring it or just going at it alone can become detrimental, can even become fatal. Because I spoke about suicide, but there's also those who end up with chronic health issues, even heart attacks, because they failed to address the issue. They failed to ask for help. And so this morning, as we go into the remainder of this week, even as we go into the remainder of this year, even as the economy starts to open back up, as COVID starts to recede, well, in some cases, because when you look at the global picture, it's spiking in many of the major markets right now. But even as we seek to get back into a sense of some sort of normalcy, when things aren't going the way that you think they should, and when you know that they're not going the right way, ask for help. Don't be embarrassed to ask for help. Don't be ashamed to ask for help. Personally, I would prefer to have you here another day, another week, another year, rather than visiting you in hospital or worse, going to your funeral. So ask for help. Don't be afraid. The journey isn't over until you reach that destination. You know what the destination has been that you've planned for yourself and for your business. So let's keep going. Let's seek the assistance that is necessary and needed. And let us together get to that destination. So until next week, don't be afraid to ask for help. This is David Ains for Living Successfully. For those of you joining me on my YouTube channel, I want to encourage you to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that when new content comes out, you are made aware. And also share it with others so that they too can benefit. So until next time, have a wonderful, wonderful week.